A urethral stricture is the narrowing and fibrosis of the urethral lumen and epithelium respectively. It may be idiopathic, iatrogenic, traumatic, or infective in nature. First line of treatment for urethral stricture is visual internal urethrotomy. Many patients, however, require urethral dilatations much sooner than the standard guidelines. Standard guidelines state that urethral dilatations must be performed once a month for 3 months, then once every 3 months for 6 months, and then semi-annual need-only basis dilatations. Why is clean intermittent self-catheterization not advised? Clean intermittent self-catheterization is not advised as it is not considered an acceptable option by many patients fearing bleeding, pain, and infection. Hence, an active urethral dilatation protocol is advised. This study assesses and correlates various factors such as grating sensation, length, number, and location of urethral strictures. This will aid surgeons in changing their decision from VIU to buccal mucosal urethroplasty for cases that present the above mentioned factors. Management of stricture urethra. Visual internal urethrotomy opens the stricture transurethral to the scar tissue, allowing the expansion of healthy tissue and the shrunk lumen. The goal of VIU is to have epithelial growth before the scar recurs in the same area. Such a dilatation, when epithelialization occurs before the recurrence of the scar or spongiofibrotic tissue, is said to be successful. In the case of a patient with low stricture-free rate, buccal mucosal urethroplasty can be considered viable as it is a more permanent solution. These are various probes used in VIU. These are the endoscopic views of strictures. Aims and objectives of this study are to determine predictors of recurrence that lower stricture-free rates by evaluating and correlating the reliability of the following factors. 1. Grating sensation felt while cutting the stricture. 2. Length of stricture. 3. Number of strictures present. And 4. Location of strictures. This was a retrospective study carried out on 100 male patients between the ages of 15 and 80 with no past history of urethral surgeries. These patients underwent dilatations as per standard guidelines, and follow-up consultation protocol as mentioned was followed and done for 6 months. Elucidating the factors. Grating sensation. It is a stony hard sensation felt while cutting the fibrotic tissue which is with a cold knife, which is very well known to surgeons as it is also incurred in the cases of malignancies. Length of stricture was measured radiologically via ascending urethrograms in centimeters. Number and location of strictures. Based on radiological findings, there could be single or multiple number of strictures in the anterior or the posterior urethra. Miscellaneous factors considered were age of the patient, cause of stricture formation, and palpability of the stricture. Results. Only significant factors will be discussed to avoid any and all forms of pleonasms. Demographics of age. 81% of the failed strictures were of patients between 20 to 40 years of age. Grating sensation. 73.64% of the recurrent cases were predicted based on the grating sensation incurred. Location of stricture. Most common site showing recurrence was the anterior urethra at 97% of the failed cases. And in the case of multiple urethras, at least one of the stricture was present in the anterior urethra. Number of strictures. Patients that had stricture-free rates had multiple strictures, standing at 57.8% of the failed cases, while single strictures were at 42.1% of the failed cases. Length of stricture. If the length of stricture was found to be greater than 2 centimeters in length, 72% of those patients incurred a failed stricture urethra. Discussion. Management of urethral strictures has always been a daunting task. Protocol for regular active urethral dilatations, as explained before, must be followed. This study ascertains that if one grating sensation is felt, stricture is found in the anterior urethra, multiple strictures are present, and length of the stricture is found to be greater than 2 centimeters in length, then premature recurrent dilatation should be anticipated by the surgeon, and such cases should be considered to be treated via buccal mucosal urethroplasty instead of visual internal urethrotomy. In buccal mucosal urethroplasty, a buccal mucosal graft in combination with perineal dissections is used to reconstruct the spongiofibrotic tissue of stricture urethra. It has shown promising results in becoming a more permanent solution for cases presenting with the aforementioned factors. Conclusion. This study concludes the following factors are majorly responsible for reduced stricture-free rates, providing an edge to surgeons considering buccal mucosal urethroplasty over VIU.